My Lord, your colleagues who came before you, especially during Kufuor's era, had cause to give a certain interpretation to the Constitution. And just for our purpose, I remember that in looking at the law, they suggested, they made a strong point in their judgment to the fact that once the president is out of the jurisdiction, there must be someone in the jurisdiction to act. And the person must take the judicial oath. Now, it's been long. This ruling or judgment has been in our books for so long a time. It's like what we previously, as lawyers, were adhering to, that when an injunction application is filed, though it has not been determined, once you've been served, you must not do anything to disturb it. And we're going on with this for a long time, till recently in the Coasifwa 3-2 decision, my Lord Kulendi, writing the majority opinion, said no, there must be express order from the court. That is now the new law without any ambiguity, and says that constitutional bodies must be allowed to do their work and all. The nation has heard you, the court, on this, and we would abide. Now, having given you this sufficient background as to precedent, may I know from you whether, in view of technological impact on the practice, and you've talked about AI this morning, on repeated occasions, in view of technological impact, having regard to Article 68, would there be a requirement for the Speaker to take presidential oath when acting in the absence of the President and the Vice President?
Mr. Chairman, if the law says he needs to take an oath, he has to take it. If it doesn't say so, then he doesn't take it. Thank you.
But does the law say so? The Constitution says so, that he must take an oath when acting as president. Take the presidential oath. Does the Constitution say so?
Yes.
Lord may guide us with the particular exact provision, please.
If you see, I think it's Article. Well, I can't get it offhand, but Mr. Chairman,
we can look at it. You can take your time and provide that later. But you can furnish us with that later. But my Lord, my question directly related to this is that in an era of instant global communication, does this distinction remain constitutionally necessary? And should, quote, absence from the Republic, unquote, be redefined, in your view?
Mr. Chairman, with technology now, absence, it has a different meaning now, because a case came before me as to the meaning of working from home, as to whether during the COVID time, working from home, whether it's from your house or from outside the workplace. I think if the president, this is my opinion, please, if the president should be out of the country, let's say for 1 day, and coming back, yes, the Constitution says there should be no vacuum. But if the president if the technology can make you work from outside your office, but well, the law says if you are out of the jurisdiction, fine. But if you are in contact with those who you work with, I don't really think and the period is that short, maybe 1 day, I don't think there should be this ceremony when you are coming back the following day for somebody to swear an oath, and then the following morning, the president or whoever's oath is taken is back.
Is my law departing from the law is the law?
The law is the law, but I'm not departing from it. But what I'm saying, this is my personal position. Mr. Chairman, what I'm saying is that, let's say the president goes to Nigeria and will come back in the evening. He's not in the country, but that does not necessarily mean that the vice should take an oath to act for him when he's coming back in the evening. I mean,
so, my Lord, Lord, so you yourself, you are very dynamic in your views, because you see, earlier, your view of the law, when we were talking about some other provisions, you were like, the law is the law, which is true. But again, you have now qualified it, giving it a purposive interpretation to meet the times by saying that, yes, if the person is going out for just 24 hours, would there be the need to have that ceremony of having to take the oath and all? So, therefore, you would agree with me that eliminating the speaker's oath requirement in such circumstance would be prudent, correct?
no, Mr. Chairman, what I said was my opinion. That was my opinion. May
Oh,
not
you are here
necessar-
to express an
yes,
opinion.
may
I
not
agree with-
necessarily be the law. If the law insists that,
My Lord, is your opinion that becomes the law. The Supreme Court is policy decisions.
it doesn't override the Constitution, sir.
Well, my Lord, we would reserve that debate for another word. But
All right, thank you.
I will come back to you. Let the
you.
chairman intervene, and we'll go back to it.
Honourable members will listen to my Lord very well. He indicated that the law is the law. The thought-provoking issue that he is stating is that if the president is traveled to Nigeria and will come back the same day or the following day, both the president and the vice president are not there, do we have to do the ceremony by way of swearing in the speaker, only for him to return after the swearing in to come and take his position? So these are issues that we can look at. So he still believes that the law is the law.
So, well, Lord, I think the jury is out there to have their own bite, so I will not belabor. Now, there is clarity to me on the issue of, in the absence of the president, the vice president acts. There is also clarity to me on the issue of, in the absence of the vice president, the speaker acts. But what is not clear to me is the earlier position regarding, the earlier position you took regarding the Chief Justice, that in the absence of the speaker, the Chief Justice would have to act and take the presidential oath. Now, my Lord, is this position you took earlier in response to a colleague's question emanating from the Constitution expressly, that in the absence of the speaker, the Chief Justice takes the oath of office as acting president? Is there such express constitutional provision? Or you are just, you stating so as a matter of course, that there should be no power vacuum? Because obviously, like it happened recently, it may happen again, where the president was out, my Excellency, Madam Vice President was on sick leave, and then Mr. Speaker was also out on official assignment, and for 48 hours, there was no head of state, technically, in the jurisdiction.
Mr. Chairman, I was answering a question asked by an honorable member as to the hierarchy. If the law says that for somebody to act as the president of the country, he must take an oath, that person has to take the oath.
My lord, take it easy.
No, I'm fine.
No,
I'm
no,
fine.
you step by step.
I'm fine.
I mean, it's a good exercise that we have to embark on.